push record. Awesome. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Mel Goodwin. And this journey for me started with Q Sciences about 2.5 years ago, maybe a little bit more now. And it took my brother from another mother, someone who I had been in business with since 2015, to, I suppose, put me back together. And I'm going to introduce you guys to him in a moment. But I was really done with the industry, guys. I'd been in the industry, or have been now in the industry, for 8 years. And I found the industry broke me. And that was because I saw a lot of things that weren't perhaps the right way to do things in alignment with my integrity and values and morals. So when Brandon came to me and said, Mel, I want you to head up Australia and New Zealand, I want you to launch Q Sciences into Australia and New Zealand, you know, that comes with a lot of fear, especially when I was broken from the industry. So obviously now, 2.5 years later, it is the most exciting time right now, because we have literally, and you know, you'll meet some of the crew today, but those who have stuck by us over the last 2.5 years as we went through the trials and tribulations of bringing a company into the country, it has just been an absolute blessing. And to think that we're only 3 weeks away from opening the Australian warehouse is just so incredible. So what I suppose my passion and my mission for the Australian and global marketplace, and you'll get to hear from Brandon in a moment as he speaks on this as well, but really being different, that we are family and we do things differently here to really change this, you know, I suppose, the landscape of our incredible industry. We are family, we're full of integrity, trust, honesty, and transparency, and that's what you guys will really see today. So without further ado, I will bring on my brother from another mother, Mr. Brandon Stevens. As I said, Brandon and I have been in business together since 2015. He literally is one of the most incredible mentors I've ever had. He's pushed me to, so many different heights in terms of business and personal growth. And I'm so indebted, and I believe everyone on this call that has been impacted by Q Sciences in some way is so incredibly grateful that he took the plunge just over 3 years ago and put Q Sciences on the map. He's our master distributor. He is a diamond ambassador here in Q. He sits on the advisory council for the company. And this gentleman is no stranger to our industry, guys. He has done over $450 million in sales in the 7-8 years he's been in the industry. That is incredible, and we are so incredibly blessed to have him with us today. So, Mr. Brandon Stevens, are you there, sir?
I am. Can you hear me okay?
Absolutely. Country boy dialing in from good old Texas.
Good old Texas.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate your time. You know how much I love you, and I'm so excited for everyone in Australia, New Zealand, and globally to hear from you today.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of faces, not only in Australia and New Zealand, and here in the States too as well, that's on this call. So it's exciting times. But first of all, thank you, Mel, for the amazing introduction. I'll make sure I PayPal you later for that. She's just too sweet, guys. What do you say? Like, I got part of this company so people can just tell me how great I am because I'm really not that great, but they make me feel great. They make me feel special and important when I'm really not. So when I shut this computer, I go back to reality, and my kids boss me around and they tell me what to do and everything else. I have to go take the trash out. And so thank you so much for all the kind words, Miss Mel. I really appreciate you. I am going to miss you in September since you're not able to fly over for our big event we're having here in Dallas, Texas. I was just talking about that because I remember the last time y'all flew in, I was talking about, testimonials and things like that. I remember actually Miss Tanya Casanova sharing the stage and sharing one of her testimonies with her house, and like how heart felt that was and how it moved the crowd. So it's really cool what the products are actually doing for people. So Thank you so much. Guys, I'm excited to share with you exactly what the excitement is and what's going around right now. If you're jumping on wherever you're at, there's some amazing things happening right now. And so I want you, if you're a guest on this call and wondering what you're about to take a look at, I want you just to have an open mind. And why I say that is because your mind is like a parachute. It only works if it's open. And the most expensive thing you can own is a closed mind. And closed mind means closed pockets. You'll be a slave to your business or your job for the rest of your life. And one of my close friends once told me, he said, Brandon, the most ignorant thing you can do is say no to something you don't even know what it is. And I was like, dang, like he's spitting facts at me. He was just telling me. And so I'm always open to check things out, because there might be something said that I can implement in my everyday life to mentally, physically, spiritually make me become a better leader in whatever I do in all aspects of life. So literally, I got started in this industry a little over 7.5 years ago, almost 8 years ago. And it really changed my life. And this couldn't have came at a better time, because I'm not going to go in my entire life journey, but when I got introduced to the e-commerce platform and doing more of a drop shipping method and partnering up with companies, I came home one day from my traditional business, and my mom was carrying my 4-month-old son and my 2-year-old daughter, and she was crying, and I didn't understand why, what was going on, but I knew it was something that wasn't good. And that's when I come to realize that my high school sweetheart left me. I became a single dad, full custody of my oldest 2 kids. I didn't know what to do. I was depressed. I was stressed, but I knew if it's up to me, it's up to me. And I had to figure out things. And that's when I shifted more from the brick and mortar top business to more of a click and order type of business and doing things online. As we've noticed, a lot of shift has happened over the last 1.5 years where it's more gone online with more virtual and high tech. And that's what I love with the technology. I can build this business globally throughout the world from the convenience of my own home. So I'm going to show you a presentation that's very short, very simplified, and very streamlined that gives the average person the opportunity to live above an average lifestyle we've been able to do right here in our own backyard, in our living rooms. And it's been really cool. As long as you have a cell phone and Wi-Fi, you're good to go. And we can get creative and make this work. So let me screen share real quick and show you exactly what this is I'm talking about, so you have a better idea of what I'm talking about, why Mel's so excited and everything else. So let me play from the current slide. So if you're a guest on this call, have you ever heard of Q Sciences before? The reason why I asked that question, almost 10 out of 10 times, every time they say no. And that's what gets me excited, because there's no market penetration. There's no saturation. It's a ground floor level opportunity. Because if you've never heard of muted? Was I muted?
Yes, sorry, that was me, sir. So just start from the side of the slide again. I apologize.
I was wondering why. I was like,
I was muting someone else and then accidentally muted you. So
it's okay. I was just so confused. What just happened? So it's okay. So I was trying to figure out, like, I wanted to be part of a ground floor level opportunity and get started at the beginning, but really a company that's already been established over 5 years, because 95% of companies go out of business in the first 5 years in business. So I didn't want to go through them hiccups or them speed bumps or like times where I'm worried if the company's really going to last. So I wanted a solid foundation, but still small enough where I can really, create something, mold and shape and develop the culture and the direction this company is going. And that was really cool about this, because when I sat down with Mr. Jake Spencer, and you'll hear from him just here in a second, there was 9 employees. It was a small building. And literally when he sat down with me and showed me what he wanted to accomplish, that's what got me excited about it being ground floor level. But I wanted to stay in the cutting edge technology in the health and wellness industry. Why? Is because every company that's hit $1 billion and stay at $1 billion was in the health and wellness industry in our field. And so that really got my attention. But more importantly, the replenishment of our food content has decreased dramatically over the years. Like I even saw an article the other day, you have to eat like 8 apples comparison to 1 apple from 50 years ago. So even when you're eating healthy, sometimes you're not consuming enough of it. but I'm going to be honest with you guys. Don't judge me for this, okay? Please. But I like my pizza. I like my wings. I love my fast food sometimes. It tastes really good. Like, let's be honest, who's guilty? Like, I'm guilty. uh, but if you could show me a way to live a healthier lifestyle without changing my lifestyle, now you got my attention. See, that's what's really exciting about this is because of the simplicity that we've been able to implement and partner with Q Sciences. Now we've been able to quadruple the company in 2020, already doubled in 2021. And what's about to happen in Australia and all around the world with the terpenes and the collagen, it's about to get crazy. So I'm really excited because I truly believe next month and the following month, I think we're going to double our sales in the entire year, just in them 2 months alone with some of the announcements that we're going to be rolling out. So this is literally a ground floor level business model that we've been able to implement together. So it's super exciting. But these two individuals I want to talk about real quick, and you'll hear from one of them here shortly. He's the one that actually gave me a phone call. He's the one that actually shared this opportunity with me and told me to trust him. And I've known him for over 8 years and I've seen what he's been able to accomplish. But more importantly, I loved his core values and what he represented as a person, because he talks about the 5 F's: faith, family, friends, finance, fitness. And I really loved what he was developing and attracting the right people for the right reasons and not the people for all the wrong reasons. But what got his attention is what the product was actually doing for his daughter and the impact that it had in her life and in their household. So he actually outreached to Mr. Mark Wilson himself, the CEO and founder of the company, two-time Super Bowl champion, winning quarterback with the Raiders, played 10 years in the NFL, big in real estate too as well. Just good people. And when you partner with good people, good things tend to happen. And I loved what these guys have been able to create in relaunching the company and putting together. And what was more exciting than ever was the fact that where we're at in the momentum of the timing of the company. See, the last 3 years going into Australia, because I know majority of you on here is from Australia, is the fact that we were collaborating to get the sales up to bring a warehouse to actually Australia. And now that everything's in place, now we're going to be more on the ground over there where shipping time is less than 5 days. Instead of it being 14 to 21 days and sometimes even longer because of everything that's going on in the world with the COVID situation and shipping from the States to Australia, now it can literally be there less than a week. How exciting is that? But now formulating a product with some of the individuals like Miss Tanya Casanovas, Miss Mel Goodwin, and some of the other current leaders actually in the Australian marketplace that are like Abby, that have actually been able to formulate and help produce the terpene oils that's going to be releasing coming out that no other company has, being a ground floor, is just amazing. I truly believe that S-Turn is about to slingshot us straight into momentum. What Mel has been able to do in our previous company by taking it to 3 million monthly in sales is about to repeat history over again. And I'm super excited to see history unfold in front of my very own eyes, had it as it has before. And so right now, we're where that X is with timing growth, and we're in 21 plus countries. We're just not in Australia, New Zealand, here in the United States. We're globally as the world. And that's what I loved about the company, because they take care of all that for us, building it internationally. So let's talk about some of the products real quick. You kind of hear about the company, the owners of the company, but this is what stands out. This is what makes us who we are. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. The pay is amazing. The owners are amazing. The time is amazing. And that all matters. But you have nothing if you don't have great products. And so I love some of the products that we've been able to formulate and put together. Well, as all you know, in Australia, New Zealand, the importation of products has been difficult for a lot of companies, where you have to in-house it, in-source in Australia, and things like that. With our CBD, where we've literally reformulated and revamped and cutting edge technology have put together more of an essential oil type product to bring to the marketplace. But not only top of that, we've actually now formulated a collagen where it's a performance line and just for anti-aging to be able to bring to that marketplace that's going to explode. So before I go into all the products in detail, I want to bring up somebody that I admire tremendously, and what she's been able to do, and some of the obstacles and hurdles and some of the complications that she had to go through to get to where she's at. She's actually a gold in the company, one of the first golds. I think she was the second fastest gold actually in the company, all organically and everything else. And it's been amazing to see the journey and the growth that she's had over the period of time. So I want to bring her up for a quick testimony, but she's really going to go more in depth with the terpene oils and the collagen and why she's so excited about this launch and what's happening and why it's so important for your marketplace. So Miss Tanya Casanovas, are you on the call by any chance?
Yeah, I'm here, Brandon.
There she is. It's all yours. The floor is yours, ma'am. And then just pass it back to me when you're done.
Awesome. I love here. I miss you so much. Let's just say that, right? I'm so bummed that Australia is in lockdown, but excited because I can utilize this time, right? Not in traveling, but in growing what's about to happen here in Australia and New Zealand. So yes, you know, Q Sciences has one of the most revolutionary hemp products. But as Brandon said, we had it for a very short time here in Australia and New Zealand. The people loved the benefits of it, but unfortunately, just due to government regulations, we could not have that product, you know, long term in the country. So Q Sciences is a very different company. As Brandon already said, they actually listen to the field and to what the field wants. Mel, Abby and I basically got on a call with corporate, you know, because we do have very strong connections, and nearly pleaded for something else to replace the benefits of what hemp was doing for people. Now, most people were taking hemp, you know, to calm themselves down, for that less anxious feeling. They were also taking it for physical discomfort. We wanted something that could replace that in the same genre of what Q Sciences was all about, which is, you know, natural bioabsorbable supplementation. So what we've done with our technology, we are first, and this is what's so exciting, this is globally new. We have a terpenes technology. So think of all the things that hemp has done for people. Think of all the things of why people also buy essential oils. You know, in essential oils and in hemp, there's a molecule called terpenes, which does a lot of the heavy lifting of how you get benefits out of that actual product. Now, our technology has allowed us, with our BioSync technology, which we actually own, to be able to extract these amazing molecules and put them into a absorbable form, which is digestible, which you can ingest. Now, we know it's essential oils. There's lots of reasons people buy essential oils, but they're actually toxic. You can't put them in your mouth. You have to dilute them on your skin to get the benefit, and then you're not absorbing a lot of the active ingredient. We've been able to pull all that in technology and give you what we call a demonstrable product, which is something that works really quickly. And I'll be honest, right? I didn't actually get a lot of benefit from hemp myself, right? And when the terpenes product came, and I was one of the first to prototype it here in Australia, I was like, man, I'm going to do a testimonial on this. I hope it works. 5 minutes in, I put some under my tongue. Now, this is the one for relaxation and calmness. And 5 minutes in, I'm like, nothing's happened yet. This is not going to be a great testimonial. 3 minutes later, you should have seen me. I could not wipe the smile off my face. My ears had disconnected. I mean, my shoulders had disconnected from my ears, which was the weirdest feeling. And my face actually changed. So within 8 minutes, I had this overall calmness. Now, that's one. We'll be targeting physical. The more to come is about mental clarity and focus, because I'm like that person squirrel. I'm off to the next thing. I need that laser focus, right? So those products are brand new globally. No one has this technology. No one knows what we're doing. We're basically going to blow the hemp and essential oil businesses out of the water with what we're about to land. Now, the other thing really quickly, because people know me, I love to talk, right? But this is not just about compensation plan. We need an amazing compensation plan, but if it's not filtered with great products, then nothing comes through the system, right? We're about to launch a medical grade collagen product. I'll put my hand over the label because I'm a pre-tester. I got this in the mail yesterday. Amazing, but medical grade means purest form. It means highly bioavailable. And we're not just working with one collagen type, which seems to be the norm of what's out there in the industry at the moment, saying single source collagen. There's many types of collagen that work together to give an entourage effect to make things better. So why wouldn't you combine and do medical grade collagen combos that are going to help people in two distinct areas? One is going to be around, you know, what we all think collagen, let's unage ourselves, it's the anti-aging, but one about repair and support for the body, for the knees, for the joints, all that sort of stuff, and gut health. So these things have not been seen globally, which I'm really excited about. Not saturated in the market, but guess what? They work. And that is what really people care about. Products that within, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, they can see an actual benefit. That's where the testimonials come from. Some people aren't label people. They want to see a result, and that's the type of products that we've got. So I can't be any more excited from not only like a mental health point of view, but also from an overall anti-aging and preventative health. So Brandon, you know, I'm the product geek, so it's very hard for me to contain myself. So I'm going to give it back to you, sir.
Hey, that's why I bring you up, Tanya. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, phew, over my head. But like, I get so excited because when I hear that, I'm like, dude, that's a lot of great information. I don't know what it all means, but it sounds really great. And as long as it tastes great, I'm in. Like, I love stuff that tastes good, and it tastes amazing. Doesn't it taste amazing? The collagen and stuff. Like, it's nuts. So I'm so excited. So thank you so much for sharing that, Ms. Tanya. I really do appreciate that. But we don't only just have great collagens about the relevant and terpenes, we have other products too as well. Like, I've noticed our nutritional sprays, the most of the time people that need nutrition the most, unfortunately can't afford it. I love how cheap they are, $17 for a month supply. We have our Q Sleep with melatonin. We have our B12 for energy. Our QC Plus helps build your immune system. Our vitamin D for D3 deficiencies helps with nail, skin, hair. We have our Q Boost that helps with your appetite, pain relief too as well. Amazing products because it's one of the most effective ways to get something in your bloodstream outside of just direct IV, because it absorbs quicker into your body when you just spray it sublingually. But then one of my favorite products, and this is our flagship, this is the one I always go back to, is our Q Core. I never have this far from me. As like I say, I can just an arm reach away. It has 3 different products, key components. Our Q Max that has 36 different vitamins, minerals, amino acids. Then you have your Q Align that helps with inflammation recovery and blood flow, and our probiotic for gut health. These are key components to help you subsidize the nutrition that you're not getting on a daily consumption of food on a daily basis. Let's just be honest and then think about what you ate in the last 24 hours. Do you think that really fit that need that you needed to have the mental clarity and to think, focus the right way? Most likely the time for the masses, you don't, or if you're not consuming enough of it. We have great products that helps with natural testosterone hormones for women, weight loss, proteins, natural energy sources, greens if you're not consuming enough greens, a combination of a portfolio that really kind of fits the needs of everything. And that's what's really exciting about it, is because it's a one-stop shop where you can literally get it from yourself. And 100%, this is what got me the most excited. Why? It's only $40 USD to be part of this business. Say that again. I thought that was a joke, but it wasn't a joke. Q Sciences is letting you partner up with them where they literally oversee all the customer service, all the shipping, overhead, inventory, payroll issues, the operations in 21 plus countries for $40 annually. And then you get to choose whatever product that you want to try out and sample out, or whatever you want to do that fits your needs. And then you do what you do best. That's share the information. Brandon, well, I'm not a good salesman. I've never been a great salesman. Me either. But one thing that I've realized, Q deals with all the headaches and I do what I do best. And that's just share the information and let people make a decision. That's what I loved about this. But more importantly, the write-offs and the expenses and the free trips and to meet all the cool people inside of the company and be a part of something bigger than myself. That's what truly matters, because right now I know we're high tech, but high touch is important. And we're starting to lose that. And people are starting to want to be around people that are uplifting and motivating, encouraging, exciting, and energetic and charisma. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, you're probably wondering, why is this guy so excited? Well, I just drunk a Q Sport for once. Let's get that out of line, because I usually am not this excited, but I'm excited. But when you put Q Sport in your blood veins, it starts like going crazy and everything else. Mel just showed hers that she's taken to as well. It's an amazing product. Like, I feel like every hour I'm putting something of Q Sciences in my body. It's amazing. I live it. I sleep it. Talk about it all the time. And I'm passionate about it, as you can see. And that's what's really exciting about what we're doing, is because it's simplified. But now let me touch on how we get paid. And then I'm going to bring the man up of the hour, Mr. Jake Spencer, a good friend of mine, mentor, coach, that's been able to really capitalize on everything. And then my wife, I don't know why she's doing this, but who loves tacos? Like, she gonna bring me tacos in the middle of a presentation. Like, who does that? Like, come on. Thank you, baby. I appreciate it. There's like 300 people on here and you just brought me tacos. You know that's my favorite. Like, now I'm gonna be distracted. So Mr. Spencer, I'm gonna bring you up really quickly now just because my wife brought me tacos, because I love tacos. But we get paid very simple. We get paid 3 ways in Australia and 4 ways in the United States if you're down on. First way we get paid is up to 35% on any of the customers that we acquire, one time or multiple times. That's really cool, right? Now, the second way we get paid, of course, you're going to make more money off the customers you get. But my mentor always shared with me, Brandon, I'd rather get paid 1% off 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own efforts. It's called leverage. It's the wealth principle. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, all the multimillionaires and billionaires and big corporations are doing this. There's nothing wrong with having a job, guys. And there's nothing wrong with having a business, but the way we generate our income most of the time from the businesses and that job is by trading time in for dollars. And if you're in a job or a business that entitles you being there and something tragic happens to you and you're no longer able to work, most of the time, what happens to your income? It's gone. So I wanted to figure out a way where I can get paid for doing something one time over and over and over and teach a skill set that duplicates through an organization so I have a business that operates with me or without me. I'm not saying this is the best way to make money. I'm just saying this is a better way. And that's what really got my attention. I tell people all the time, if you have a better way, don't be selfish, share it with me, because I've never seen a more lucrative way than this right here. And that's what got me excited. So I share the opportunity. Some people want to consume the product. Some people want to build the business. I make a small percentage of sales of them coming into the business. And that's where you see the monthly team commission and where you see qualified OV. If that sales volume comes in, that's exactly what I make. And what you're seeing is set pay. One of the first in the industry to have set pay with weekly pay that's never been done before. And that's one of the main reasons. Not only that, but the product and the leadership and the timing. I truly believe you're putting the puzzle pieces together to put on the wall. And if one piece is missing, it's ruined. We're literally painting a masterpiece, and you can watch us do it or you can participate while we do that. But that's, I truly believe, the reason why we're the 3rd fastest growing company in the world right now, because a combination of all them key components that we've been able to put together, that Mr. Spencer was able to lay on the foundation of the ground of this opportunity to put together. So it's really cool. Now we do have one-time bonuses. If you look at box number 3, every time you tier up, you get one-time bonuses too as well. And eventually we will get to a point in Australia, New Zealand, as we do have here in the States, the 4th way we get paid that's here in the States, and it will be probably rolling out in the near future, is if we keep growing like we're growing overseas, is the FFM program, where you fill out a form and that money goes to your mortgage, your credit card, your car payment, whatever you want to go to. And that's what's really cool about this. But I want to close it at the end, and I want to bring up Mr. Jake Spencer. If you're a guest on this call, you usually fall in one of 3 different categories, A, B, or C. C stands for, hey, Brandon, this sounds amazing. This sounds great, but it's really not for me. Could you do me a big favor? Could you actually get back with the person that got you on this call? And maybe you could support them and try out some of the product. It is a 100% money back guarantee. That would mean a lot to them. B stands for, but I have a bunch of questions. We'll be able to answer any of the questions you may have, okay? A stands for, man, I like this. A's realize the biggest risk in life is not taking a risk at all. It's by playing it safe. That's the most safe thing you possibly do the way our economy is right now. Like, we drive around with a spare tire. Why not have a plan B? Don't put all your eggs in one basket, and let the person know what category you fall in. But right before Mr. Jake Spencer gave me the call to share this opportunity with me, I had a light bulb moment. There was a young man that asked me a serious question that really got me really hungry and motivated to do something, to not just be known as a person that makes a lot of money, but a person that when he walks through the door, he lights up the room, that shows people that things are possible when you put your mind to it. There was a kid that asked me a certain question that really blew me away. He asked me, can you tell me first name, middle name, and last name of your great-grandparents, not your grandparents, but great-grandparents, what they did for a living, where they lived? And I was just like, oh my gosh, no, I couldn't. And he said, your love for one generation, remembered for 2, and then forgotten, nobody's going to know who you are. You're just a tombstone on a gravesite. So it's really not about the day you're born or the day you die. It's the dash in between that represents who you are and what footprint you leave on this earth. Some people want to leave a legacy of their family. Some people just want to live a healthier life. You get in where you fit in. And that's what I love about Q. We have all walks of life joining us because it's not just a one-way track. We have multiple ways of building this business, from attraction marketing, from online marketing, from retail marketing, from relationship marketing. We really customize a plan to you. And this next individual has been able to capitalize on the market and put us ahead of trends to be able to help set us up for our families to win big and give us coaching on business leadership, not MLM leadership, to teach us how to fund our businesses, to show us how to finance our home. Because if our home order is not in place, nothing else matters. And so this individual, I have the honor and privilege to bring up, is just been able to be it's been amazing to be in partnership with him. It's been amazing to share the stage with him. It's been amazing to see what he's been able to do for him and his family and thousands of other people that he's been able to help in this industry itself. And that's the reason why I decided to lock arms with them. So I have the honor and privilege to bring up the president of Q Sciences that literally formulated the comp plan, the person that really started the groundwork when they only had 9 employees and now have over 100 employees. And to be able to, he's the reason why this company is having so much growth. The president of the company, Mr. Jake Spencer. Are you there, sir?
I am here. Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you loud and clear, sir. The floor is yours.
Right. Well, man, I'm going to switch out of this view so I don't have to see myself on this screen. I can see everyone's faces. So many happy people. Like iPad 5 is waving. Like there's a lot of people. Well, thank you so much.
Get away.
Elaine's got dogs going off. Elaine's dogs are not happy. She needs some terpenes. Something's going on. There's a robber or a criminal approaching her home. Someone help her. So anyway, it's good to see everybody. I just got off of another call. It's actually Friday night here in the States. I am in Q Science gear. My marketing director, she's like, hey, can you just start wearing all the new Q Sciences gear since our convention is going to be happening in Dallas, Texas. You guys have a convention there as well. I believe it's going to be in Perth. There's so many great things going on, and I really, really enjoyed being on here tonight and listening to Brandon. Obviously, Tanya, you guys are all doing such a phenomenal job, and it's been an honor. There's a difference of saying that I'm proud of somebody and the difference of saying I'm proud to be working with people. And I'm extremely proud to be partnered with Brandon. We've been able to get lucky in business. I'm not going to say it any other way. We came together in early 2018, and it's the same feeling that's obviously happening and resonating down in Australia and New Zealand. And we had a small little plan. There wasn't much to it. We kind of started out with what we felt was missing in the entrepreneur world, where people really weren't being taught the business side of these businesses that people are able to run from home. And this was long before COVID and long before any of these things that have now enhanced our model, especially with the awareness of people's health and what you're putting in your bodies, not just health-wise, but nutritional-wise as well. And food-wise, but nutritional. And we had a small little plan, and we had a really big goal and a really big vision. And we went through some pretty crazy times in 2018, getting Q Sciences off the ground. And a couple of introductory phone calls happened with Mel. Was actually the very first person in the Australian market that we talked about this vision. And we were very upfront as we met Mel and other leaders, and Abby and Tanya and many other people, that right now we're solidifying a lot of the United States with different shipping facilities and everything else. And one day, as we start expanding globally based on what's happened, and we knew it was going to be difficult in 2019 and 2020 for many of you guys to build Q Sciences in Australia, just simply because of the shipping times. When you're shipping things from the United States, it takes 3 to 5 weeks. And then, we want to add this thing called COVID to it, and no one knew what was going to happen, and it got crazy. But I just want to tell each and every one of you, thank you for your loyalty. You give Q Sciences enough time, and we'll figure it out every time. And We had a huge plan to start the year as we were hoping to have this officially open before COVID hit. And as you guys know, Australia's had a lot of lockdowns. It seems like you guys are having a lockdown every other hour in a different place. And I guess you guys can get arrested and crazy stuff. Like, you guys got to come to the States. It's actually pretty fun here. But the reality is the owners and contract people at work and regulatory bodies and governing agencies, people just weren't at their jobs. And so we tried our best. We made some amazing adjustments corporately in the States. And I'll tell you why this is huge, because one of those adjustments was a gentleman by the name of Jim Tracy. You want to remember that name. Jim Tracy actually spent over 11 years with Duracell batteries. So he was the guy that was shipping and importing and exporting toxic material all over the world to make a battery. Can you believe that? And guess what one of his main territories was? Can you guess? Australia. So he actually had some great connections, and we went to a businessman like Jim, and he saw the vision of Q Sciences. And now he, in about 4.5 weeks of time from registration, had the whole thing completely finished. And I'm excited to see that a lot of our initial shipments are now in the warehouse in the Australian marketplace. It's looking like anywhere between 2, 3, sometimes if you're in a lockdown area, it could be 5 days. But the shipping time is going to be drastically different. It won't be a week even. But the cool thing is the cost. Can you imagine having the cost being cut down over 2/3 to what it is currently to deliver our packages right to your home? And I'm excited because it speaks volumes about our products. Everyone was talking to us about your guys' government and how strict they are and all those different things. And then on the contrary, they're talking about Europe. Well, all of our products went through you guys' approval process in 2.5 weeks. And in Europe, we're having to change names and stuff because you can't have a benefit on the label. And we're really excited because that kind of tells you some of the quality that we've really put behind the Q Sciences brand. And you're probably wondering why I'm saying this. It's kind of interesting to think about, like, I wish you could be here because right now my hair on my arms are standing up and on the back of my neck. I've been waiting for this time in my career for almost 16 years. I knew that this was going to happen. I knew there would be a day where this type of culture, for the greater good of human progression, whether it's your finances, your health, your leadership ability, your home, was going to become a worldwide global brand and movement. Where we're in a world now where so much division is being celebrated instead of unity and respecting people's beliefs and still liking them, even though they don't believe what we believe. I knew that this was going to happen. I just didn't know how. And over the next 3 or 4 weeks, you're about to see something unfold that's unbelievable. As of September the 1st, every recurring order, every purchase, everything is going to be shipped out of our facility in Australia to fulfill both Australia and the New Zealand marketplaces. You're going to be a part of one of the biggest product launches in the history of health and wellness. And that is going to be in the terpenes sector with our technology that's actually been applied. Now, I probably shouldn't show you this, but I really don't care because I own the company and I can make my own rules. But I'll show you, like, one of the terpenes is called Comfort. So you can see it's actually purple. Probably doesn't mean much to you, but you're going to see the difference here in a second. I'll show you another one. This is really cool. If you're looking, you want to know what the collagen is going to look like. It's called Reform and Rebuild. It's actually really cool. But yeah, we have a bunch of things coming, and those 2 launches are going to be happening in your market in the next couple of weeks, and you have the ability to actually help people. I will tell you, I'm a huge full spectrum hemp or a CBD fan, but I will tell you firsthand, I've always wanted to get into the terpene space simply because hemp and CBD is something that a lot of people have to build up over time to where they can tell a difference a month or 2. And then, right? The terpenes are a product where you're going to be able to fill in a matter of seconds, and you're going to be able to not build up an immunity to where you have to cycle on and off. I will tell you, in my home, the chill, it's what it's called, chill. And you can probably figure out why it's called chill. My whole entire home and my immediate family are all on chill now over the CBD products, simply because you can tell, you can feel it. It doesn't make you sleepy or groggy. It just makes you very calm, cool, and collected. And for my children, one of them is very challenging at this time as she's becoming an official woman. That's all I'm going to say. So I don't like her very often. It helps me out with her. I take double the dose than she takes so I can put up with her nonsense. But I'm a happy father of 4, 3 daughters, and a happy husband. So I have 4 women in my life. They call me a girl dad. I guess that's the typical term. But we're excited. So why am I telling you these things? Because also I want to tell you of other major news. The largest president and CEO of the largest water machine company in the entire world that does almost $1 billion of sales, officially yesterday morning at 8 a.m. resigned and is now the vice president of sales over all of Asia for Q Sciences. This gentleman is an amazing guy, and we'll be announcing this formally at our convention. And many of you will have the opportunity to work with him as he'll be helping fulfill and run operations in many of the new satellite locations. They'll be sponsored all over Australia as he rolls out his plan. Many things are going to be enhanced next 45 days. We're going to be announcing the next facility in Europe, which will be fulfilling all these different things. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, when's it going to get to the point? I'm going to get to the point right now. You know, if you look at a building, a lot of times buildings are built on a pillar or a big column. Well, Brandon Stevens, a couple of other major leaders who are couples in our community became pillars in our community in North America. And their families, not only generationally, but multi-generationally, are set up for wealth for many years. And that's a very serious thing for me to say. But it was very serious on them and their commitment of what they had to go through to be able to reach the success levels that they're now seeing in their lives. I'm here to tell you, I'm not dumb and do not believe for 1 second there won't be any issues on September 1st and September 3rd and 4th we launch these new products. I'm not going to tell you there's not going to be any issues when all the whole shopping cart changes into Australian dollars. I guarantee you some of you are going to call me and say, well, Jake, you just paid me in American dollars instead of Australian dollars. Everyone else got paid in Australian dollars. And I'll say, well, congrats, you just got paid more. Your guys' dollar is not worth anything. You should be American. Just joking. The reality is it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. I know that one of you are probably get a product and there might not be any product in the container. Guess what? It's going to happen. I know many of you are going to have so many people because the price that you pay 1, 2, 3 months from now, you can't stop the amount of people who are now understanding that there's nothing that can be combated about the Q Sciences story. See, up to this point, no one wanted to talk to us about how much money people were making here. No one wanted to talk to us about the benefits of our product because they could not compete. They could not even hold a candle to the nutritional value of our core, the science behind our product, and they just flat out worked. No one could hold a candle to the leadership in the field in Australia and New Zealand market, and couldn't even whisper the names of some of the leaders in America. Leadership in corporate, we had that knocked out of the park, but the only thing that people had against Q Sciences was our shipping times. That's all they could grasp. That's the only soggy napkin that would hold water until September 1st. See, you're going to be in a position where people know that they're reckoning. The truth, it's finally here. As I've been getting texts and phone calls from lots of people from other companies, my only response is, I told you this was going to happen. And I've remembered everything that you've said about me and my friends and our company. And now Q Sciences is coming to town. You will see that we truly do believe in putting faith and family first, our relationships and our health. And we truly believe in putting our business goals and aspirations last at all times. You're going to see, I want to close with this. Everybody, why it's happening is you. See, don't need Q Sciences or our products or the money you could potentially make here. What you really need is the people who are in Q Sciences. See, that's what's changed my life all the time, is people will say, how did you do it? What's going on? And I say, the association of people that I'm around, they just do things a little bit different than your friends. They watch different things. They eat different things. Their conversations are around different things. It's not that big of a degree of a difference, but it's a big enough degree that it forces you to become the best version of yourself. As simple or as cheesy as it is, when's the last time that you didn't set an alarm clock because you could not wait for tomorrow to come? Now, that's a heavy statement when you really consider what we've all been experiencing in this pandemic that's now taught us a couple of things in closing. I hope you're ready for this. The pandemic has taught us that we're all connected. Now more than ever, it is now the perfect opportunity for many of you guys to be dealing a relationship of hope, courage, and change where people need it now more desperately than ever before in the history of this earth. Number two, it's taught us all to be extremely aware on how we treat our bodies. It's interesting that they're not really talking about the studies of people who are taking care of themselves. And they're taking the natural resources that the earth has and exercise and the most positive influence, positive people. It's interesting they're not talking about those things. It's crazy. Number three that the pandemic has taught us is no one could have predicted this. And no one could have predicted the ramifications globally and the global financial crisis that many people have found themselves in who didn't even deserve it. See, you're in a position that you just didn't show up here. It happened just. I hope you understand that whether you become a customer, whether you become our friend, or whether you become a full-fledged partner, I will promise you within 45 to 90 days from this time, your guys' company will be one of the largest launches and successful launches that Q Sciences has ever seen and probably ever will see, simply because of the people who put this Zoom together tonight. I cannot wait, and I promise you, you have my word. The moment that your authorities will allow me into your country, I don't care if I have to get 100 vaccination shots, I don't care. I will be in your country spreading the message and showing the factual proof of why Q Sciences is a company that people will know as a brand that does things the right way. Yeah, we may be a little bit late, a few months, but all great things happen at the perfect time. And I believe the timing is perfect. I believe you guys are in a position to capitalize. And more importantly, I believe that many of you who are seeing this for the first time or are getting restarted in Q Sciences because you know it's officially here. I truly believe that you know the people in Q, we're not perfect, but we're honest and we do the right things at all times, at all costs. Brandon, thank you for being you, bro. I'm excited to see you a couple of weeks in Dallas. I'm excited to kick your ass on the golf course. It's going to be a great pleasure of mine once again. And I'm excited that you are leading the charge of this company and many of the reasons why this Zoom is even taking place tonight and today over or down south. So I'll turn it back to you, sir. Thank you for allowing me a couple minutes. I hope you know I'm excited, and please don't take my passion as arrogance. I've just been waiting for this day to allow me to let some people in your country know that we're here. And I told them we were coming. So ring the bell, because now it officially starts. I'll turn it back to you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for taking time away from your family to share your wisdom and expertise and your vision of what you want to accomplish in Q Science. It's an honor and privilege to be partnered up with you and what you've been able to lay down for us and to really lay a solid foundation for our families to win. So it's exciting. Guys, if you're checking this out, jump on board. If Mel or Tanya or Elaine or any of the ladies that are on here or guys that got you on here, if they can show you a way to make $750 or more in less than 30 days, would you tell them no? And if you said no, then welcome to the team. They'll show you exactly how to do that. They'll show you how to put the blueprints together for you can win here in Q. So I'm going to pass it back to the one and only Miss Mel Goodwin, and then she'll close out the Zoom for us. Mel, are you there?
I am. I think I just have to bring myself together, control myself. I see there's a few cheers in the Zooms here, Brandon. It's really touched everyone's heart, I think, and we're just so super proud to be partnering with amazing gentlemen like yourself and Mr. Jake Spencer that not only globally but down here really care and really making a difference and an infinite impact to so many people. So thank you so much for your time, Jake. It's incredible, and we can't wait to welcome you guys down here, and we can't wait to get back over to the US. So yeah, we'll be doing more of these. I think we've got ones happening Sunday night, Tuesday night, Thursday night, so with the Australian New Zealand team. So please get back in touch with the person who invited you here, and let's really work out what we can help to do for you. You are our priority, and if you see an opportunity for yourself that you can really partner us and make a massive impact, then we welcome that so much. So thank you so much. Love to everyone, and thank you for sharing your Saturday morning and Friday evenings with us. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.